Hello everyone, I'm David Johnson, and this year I'm already 82 years old. I'm sitting here in my old wooden house in the suburbs of Columbus, Ohio, looking out at the backyard that I planted myself back in 1985, and I'm thinking to myself, I have to tell you guys this story. Good heavens, if you're scared of living alone when you're old, don't rush into that damn nursing home. Do something else instead. I'm not any kind of expert. Just an old man who worked as a construction engineer for 40 years. My wife passed away 12 years ago. My two sons are now in California and Texas, far, far away. They worry about me a lot. They often video call and say, "Dad, you can't stay alone forever." But I tell them, "Forget it, son. I won't let anyone lock me up in that iron cage." Let me tell you from the beginning, because I believe that if you prepare early, you won't have to regret it like so many people I know. I was born in 1942 in a small town near Cleveland. Back then, World War II had just ended. My dad was a mechanic, my mom sold groceries. Life was simple, not rich or anything, but we knew self-reliance. In 1965, I married Evelyn. She was a nurse at the local hospital, beautiful and tough as nails. We built this house in 1972, 2 stories, big yard. I designed the garage myself to park the old Ford pickup. My 2 sons, Tommy and Mike, grew up here, running and jumping all day. Evelyn and I went fishing on dates at Lake Erie, laughing and joking the whole time. Oh, those days were so happy. Then I retired in 2005 at 63. We traveled to Florida a few times, dreaming about retiring there. But then Evelyn got cancer. In 2014, she passed away. I completely fell apart. I sat alone in the living room, looking at the sofa where she used to sit, tears streaming down. At that time, I was only 72, still healthy, but the loneliness felt like it was squeezing my heart. The kids said, "Dad should move closer to us," but I didn't want to leave Ohio, where all the memories are. Time flies so fast, it's scary. In 2018, I fell on the stairs, broke my hip, was in the hospital for 2 weeks. The doctor said, "Mr. Harold, you need support." My son Tommy flew back, sat by the bed and said, "Dad, nursing home is the safe choice." I said, "Safe my ass. I saw my friends go there. They were like prisoners." It's true. My friend named Frank, back in 2016, he was 78. His wife passed early. His kids forced him into Sunnybrook Nursing Home, 20 miles away. Frank told me over the phone, his voice trembling. "How? Here they feed you on schedule. You're not allowed outside alone. The room is cramped like a cage, and they call you by room number instead of your name." Frank lived 2 more years, then died. Not from serious illness, but from boredom. I visited him the last time. Saw him sitting looking out the window, eyes vacant. Oh my God, I swore to myself. I will never let myself fall into that situation. Living alone is scary, but losing freedom is even more terrible. I started researching. Don't think I just sat around. I went online, called lawyers, talked to my family doctor. They said the average cost of a nursing home in Ohio is $8,000 to $12,000 a month, and it increases every year. I calculated. If I live another 10 years, that money could buy this house twice. Evelyn left some life insurance money. I have pension and Social Security, but it's not enough to pay for nursing home and still keep the house. Moreover, I like waking up at 6 a.m., brewing strong black coffee, going to the backyard to water the plants, listening to birds sing. In a nursing home, they don't let you do those things. Other friends of mine, Mrs. Edith, who was 79, went into the home in 2020 because her daughter was busy. She told me over the phone, "How they are very nice, but I wasn't allowed to cook my beef stew the way I like. They said for hygiene and safety." I miss home terribly.
Edith lived another year and a half, then passed away. And her daughter later cried to me, "I regret so much. Mom wasn't happy at all."
I decided, aging in place, staying in my own home. But not just sitting waiting to die. I started preparing right from 2019 while I was still healthy. First was fixing the house. I hired workers to install grab bars in the bathroom, toilet, both sides of the stairs. Cost only $2,500, cheaper than 1 month in a nursing home. Then I replaced the lights with brighter ones, installed motion sensors in the hallway so I don't have to stumble in the dark. In 2020, I installed a ramp at the back door because I was afraid of falling again. The worker said, "Mr. Hal, you're wise to do this so early." That's right, guys. Don't wait until you're weak to do it. I also installed a medical alert bell, the wristband that you just press and help comes right away. Monthly fee, only $30. I think if you're scared of living alone, start with the house. Have you ever wondered what you'd do if no one was there when you need help? Then I took care of the legal part. I went to see a lawyer in 2021, made a medical power of attorney, will and living will so my kids know my wishes if I can't speak. I told the lawyer, I don't want my kids arguing over money or the house. He nodded, said many elderly clients regret not doing it early. I also joined the local Meals on Wheels program. They deliver hot meals twice a week, only $5 a meal. It's not just nursing homes that have support. I made friends with a neighbor, Mrs. Susan, next door, 68 years old. She promised to come check on me every morning. We exchanged house keys. If I don't answer the phone, she knows right away. This community support system is much cheaper and warmer than the home. I also exercise regularly. Every morning I walk around the neighborhood for 30 minutes, rain or shine. The doctor said my blood pressure is stable because of it. I eat simply, vegetables from the backyard garden, grilled salmon, no fast food. Evelyn taught me to cook. I still follow her old recipes. Once I fell in the kitchen in 2022, but thanks to the grab bars and my cell phone, I got up myself. No one had to come rescue me. My son Mike called on video, saw I was okay. He sighed in relief. "Dad, you scared me so much." I laughed. "What are you worried about? I'm living, not just existing." But it's not always easy. One winter night in 2023, snow fell heavy. I sat alone by the fireplace, missing Evelyn terribly. My heart ached, fear surged up. At that moment, I asked myself, should I listen to the kids? But then I remembered Frank, remembered Edith, remembered so many other friends in nursing homes telling stories about how they were banned from smoking even though they'd smoked all their lives, forced to watch TV shows they hated. No way. I stood up, poured a small glass of whiskey, said loudly to Evelyn's photo, "Honey, I'm staying here with you, in this house." The next morning, I called the local senior center, joined the Bridge Card Club every Wednesday. There I met Mr. George, 85 years old. He was also aging in place, telling stories about how he installed a stairlift chair for only $4,000. We laughed and joked, shared good tips. Community is the key, folks. I also prepared my finances carefully. I sold the old car, bought a smaller hybrid that's easier to drive, saves gas. I checked my Medicare health insurance and supplemental insurance, making sure it covers home care if needed. Home care costs only 1/3 of nursing home. I wrote a journal every week, noting what needs improving. This week, replace smoke detector batteries. Looking back, I see I've turned the house into a smart home for the elderly without spending too much. In 2024, I had severe arthritis. The doctor recommended a cane. I bought a high-end walking cane with a flashlight. Simple, but effective. You know, many people think aging in place is expensive and risky, but I proved the opposite. I save tens of thousands of dollars every year. My son Tommy now visits more often because he knows Dad isn't a burden. He said, "Dad, I'm proud of you." I smiled, tears welling up. Life isn't perfect. I still feel lonely a lot, but I'm free. I still drive to the store, still invite neighbors for dinner, still read newspapers and books every evening.
If you're 60 or 70 reading this, listen to me. Don't wait until 80 to start. Fix the house today, plan your finances, build a network of friends. Don't you think your kids would be happier seeing you happy in your own home?
I remember once in 2022, I attended a community seminar on aging at the YWCA Center. There was a 75-year-old lady who stood up and asked, "Mr. Harold, aren't you scared?" I answered, "Scared? Of course I'm scared as hell. But scared of losing freedom is worse." The whole room applauded. I told them Frank's story. Everyone nodded. From then on, I realized my story isn't just mine. Many elderly Americans are scared like I was back then. They fear nursing homes because they lose control, fear living alone because no one helps. But there's another way, and that way starts today. I continue to improve. Last year, I installed outdoor cameras connected to my phone. Only cost $200. Now I can see who's at the door without having to get up. Small but reassuring. I also joined an online class on nutrition for seniors, learning how to maintain muscle. The doctor praised me for being much healthier than my age. I think if Evelyn were still alive, she'd be proud. She always said, "Hal, we have to live for ourselves." That's right. I told this long story because I want you to see clearly. This isn't just empty theory. This is real life, with sleepless nights, falls, worried calls from the kids, but also mornings waking up thankful to heaven for still being in my own home. If you're scared, take action. Don't let fear push you into a place you don't want. I'm 82, still here, still able to smile, and I believe you can too. What do you think if you start making a list of things that need fixing in the house this week? Or will you wait for your kids to decide for you? That question makes me ponder a lot. And another question, would you dare tell your grandchildren that you choose freedom over fake safety? I hope my story helps you think. But I still have more to share with you because my aging in place journey is still continuing every day. In the winter of 2025, snow fell heavily in Columbus, Ohio. I got a bad cold and was bedridden for 2 days. Oh my, at that time I was coughing, had high fever, felt like the whole world was collapsing. I was really scared. Scared that I would have to call my kids to fly back and rescue me. But thanks to the medical alert wristband, I just had to press a button. In just 18 minutes, the rescue team was at the house. They checked my blood pressure, gave me fever-reducing medicine, and careful instructions. I didn't have to go to the hospital, just rested at home and got better. When Mike called on video from Texas, his voice worried. I laughed loudly and said, "Son, I'm still here, still taking care of myself. This system saved my life." That was the moment I realized that living alone doesn't mean being completely isolated if you prepare well. I continue to upgrade the house in the most practical way. I installed more motion sensors throughout the house. Lights turn on automatically when I get up to go to the bathroom at night. Cost only $300, but extremely reassuring. Then I bought a robot vacuum. The machine runs around cleaning the floor without me having to bend down. At first, I cursed a lot because it often got stuck under the table, but now I see it as a companion. I also learned to use grocery delivery apps. Just tap on the phone and fresh vegetables arrive at the door. No more driving out in rainy, snowy days. Folks, if you're 70 or older, try learning technology. It's not as hard as you think, and it will completely change your life. I joined the Aging in Place support group at the Franklin County Community Center. There are about 30 elderly people like me there. We meet once a month, sharing real experiences. Mrs. Margaret from Hilliard, 77 years old, told how she installed a stairlift chair for only $4,800, and now she can go up to the second floor easily, like when she was young. Mr. Richard, 83 years old from Westerville, installed a doorbell camera and bragged, "Hal, you should try it. You know right away who's coming without having to stand up and get tired." We laughed loudly, exchanged phone numbers, promised to help each other if needed. Thanks to this group, I no longer feel like I'm the only one struggling with old age. We even organized a small picnic at Scioto Park in the summer, bringing homemade sandwiches and telling old stories. As for finances, I looked at it very carefully. I met a financial advisor at Chase Bank in Columbus in 2024. He helped me calculate in detail that the cost of aging in place is only about 30% compared to the average nursing home of $10,000 a month. My pension and Social Security are enough to pay for flexible home care services, small repairs, and still have plenty left for the grandkids. I don't want to sell the house because this is the family legacy. I emailed Tommy and Mike. "Kids, I don't want you to have to worry about selling the house to pay for a nursing home. I want you to keep it as memories of your mother." They agreed right away, even sent money to help me replace the roof last year. I still keep my old hobbies to keep my spirit happy. Once a week, I drive to the lake near the house, cast my fishing line, sit alone remembering the old days with Evelyn. I don't catch as much as before, but that's okay. The important thing is the fresh air and the feeling of freedom. Once I met Mr. Carl, 80 years old, also aging in place. We sat chatting all afternoon. He told, "Hal, I almost listened to my daughter and went to the home, but I insisted on staying home. Now I'm happier than ever." Conversations like that makes me even more confident in my choice. But I'm not hiding from you. There are really difficult times. In the fall of 2025, the arthritis in my right shoulder tormented me badly. Even lifting a coffee cup hurt. At that time, I wondered if I was fooling myself. But I didn't give up. I hired a physical therapist to come to the house 3 times a week. Ms. Karen, a patient woman about 45 years old, guided me through gentle exercises with resistance bands right in the living room. Medicare covered most. It only cost me about $120 per session. Thanks to that, after 2 months, I could hold the garden rake again, water my tomato bushes again. I told my neighbor, Mrs. Susan, "Susan, don't wait until it hurts to do it. Start while you're still healthy." I also prepared a detailed checklist for anyone listening to this story. First, fix the house right now. Grab bars, motion sensor lights, non-slip floors. Second, make legal documents clear. Living will, power of attorney, so the kids don't have to argue later. Third, build a really solid support network. Neighbors, friends, Meals on Wheels, local senior centers. Fourth, maintain proactive health. Exercise daily, balanced diet, regular doctor checkups. Fourth, learn basic technology, even if just a little. Sixth, manage money tightly, calculate long-term costs. Seventh, keep hobbies and social connections. Don't isolate yourself. I'm not saying it's easy, but if you start early, you'll be much less scared. Many of my friends regret waiting until 78, 80 to think about it. By then, the body is weak, money is less. I remember Mrs. Patricia, an acquaintance in the bridge club. She was 80 years old. Her kids forced her into a nursing home because they were scared she'd live alone. Just after 6 months, she called me, her voice weak. "Hal, here they treat me well, but I'm no longer myself. Everything is on schedule, no freedom." I listened and felt heartbroken. Patricia passed away last year. Her story makes me even more determined in my choice. As for me, even though my back hurts sometimes, I forget a few small things sometimes, but I'm still the master of this house. I still decide what I eat, what time I sleep, what channel I watch. That's real freedom. I can still drive, even if only within a 10-mile radius. I go to the store, to the barber shop, visit friends. Every time I go out, I feel like I'm still David Johnson, not patient number whatever. I think many elderly people fear losing their driving ability the most. So I keep my health good to delay that day as long as possible. If one day I can't drive anymore, I already have plans for Uber and local senior transportation services. Recently, I started writing a more detailed journal, not just noting things to do, but also recording the small joys each day. Today, the tulips bloomed. Mrs. Susan brought cookies over. These notes help me see that life is still worth living. I advise you, write down the things you're grateful for. When you're old, we easily focus on losses, but if you look closely, there are still so many good things. I often ask myself, if Evelyn were still alive, what would she do? She'd probably laugh and say, "Hal, you silly old man, you're doing great." She always supported me in pursuing what I want. Memories with her are the biggest motivation helping me continue staying in this house. Are you ready to start making small changes today to prepare for the years ahead? Or are you still hoping your kids will take care of everything? I often ask myself this question. I tell this story not to brag, but because I see too many elderly Americans worrying and fearing. They think nursing home is the only path. It's not. There's another way, and that way is in your own hands. Take action while you can. If my story touches your heart, please leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or experiences about living independently when old. What are you doing to age in place? Or are you considering a nursing home? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so I can share more real stories from an 82-year-old man like me. Thank you for listening. Wishing you good health and always keeping your freedom.